I've been a customer of credit unions as well as big banks, so I've seen both sides of the fence, and I think I have a pretty good perspective on this topic. Welcome to Personal Finance Declutter. I'm Kieran, and if you're new here, please consider subscribing to my channel. This is one of the first questions you have to answer if you're somebody who's getting started in the financial journey and new to banking system and credit scores and things like that. People have strong opinions about this topic and they align themselves in one camp or the other. I thought I'll make a pros and cons list for both banks and credit unions and weigh them objectively so you can make an informed decision whether to go with a bank or a credit union. Also, I'll summarize it with my thoughts and my experience in this arena and what institution do I particularly use for my banking needs. Let's start with the credit unions and look at their advantages and what things they do really well. Number one, personalized customer service. This is one of the things that credit unions do really well. They are mostly local community-based banking systems, so they have to focus their efforts on customer success and customer service to be able to survive in the community. So credit unions have customer service as one of their highest priority. Number two, transparent business practices. Again, credit unions are community-based banking systems, so they mostly know the people in the community and the community leaders. Their success is dependent on the community accepting them and participating in their system. So they are transparent and generally don't screw you over the mistakes of a newbie banking customer. Number three, consumer advocacy. Credit unions are member owned, so they are advocating for you. They are rooting for you. They are rooting for your success. Your success is their success. So they are main advocates for their consumers. Better credit limits without having a great credit score. This is where I have some personal experience in. When I got started, I didn't have a great credit score and I got a really small credit limit from a big bank, and then I applied for a credit card with a local credit union and they granted me a very generous credit limit. I'll link to my video about credit scores somewhere up here so you can check it out if you're interested. Finally, it's easier to get loans and other banking benefits when you don't have a length of credit history or a payment history. This is also true for me. When I got started, I didn't have either of those, and I got an auto loan from a credit union and they approved me instantly without having me jump through a bunch of hoops because I didn't have credit history or payment history. Now let's look at some of the shortcomings of a credit union. Number one, broad geographical presence. This is by extension because credit unions are mostly locally community-owned banking systems, so they don't have a wide geographical presence. So if you are somebody who is on the road and travels and has to access multiple banking locations across multiple states, credit unions may not be able to serve you efficiently. Connected and value-added systems. Credit unions typically focus on banking sector and borrowing and lending type businesses, so they don't have connected value-added systems like investments or insurance or other things. So if you like to just bank with one system where you like to have access to insurance, investment accounts, and other things, credit unions may not be able to serve you well. Number three, credit card perks. Credit card perks like travel assistance, travel benefits, foreign transaction fee waiver, and things like that are not something that credit unions are able to do well. And finally, limited ATM access. If you are somebody who needs ATM accesses across networks of Visa, MasterCard, doesn't want to pay fees or penalties for accessing out-of-network ATMs, credit unions may not suit your needs. Also at the same time, big banks don't really provide you the personalized customer service that credit unions are known for, and they mostly serve their shareholders and not you as a customer. So if you're somebody who's just getting started in the banking system and doesn't have a good length of credit and payment history, you're not an ideal candidate for big banks. The disadvantages of credit unions are the strengths of big banks. Big banks have broad geographical presence and have wide access network. If you are in their good customer list, they're able to provide you with good benefits that simply cannot be matched by credit unions. Most big banks have tiered customer benefits and rewards programs like Chase's Private Client and Bank of America Preferred Rewards program. They are able to provide you with functionalities like unlimited ATM access without any network restriction and unlimited stock and ETF trades, again without any sort of fees or restrictions. They have preferred customer rates for auto loans, home mortgage, home equity line of credit, and other things. They're also able to waive off fees like origination fee. The benefits also extended into other affiliated programs in different sectors like insurance, travel, and hospitality. So if you're somebody who travels, you're able to get a customer program through your bank with big hotel chains and things like that. Again, these benefits cannot be matched by credit unions. Looking at all these things in a holistic way, I would say if you're somebody who is new to banking and new to credit, you're much better off going with a credit union. They will provide you with great customer service and they're your advocates. As you learn the ropes of banking, you don't feel like you're getting shortchanged or screwed over by big banks. But if you're a seasoned banking customer who likes the added benefits and are into investing and want insurance needs from a single channel source with preferred rewards and other banking benefits through your banking service provider, you are better off going with a big bank. You have to be diligent with big banks to make sure that they're not doing something that you are not aware of, like Wells Fargo opening up bank accounts for their customers. So that's why I say you have to be a seasoned banking customer who understands where all they can get screwed and where all they need to watch their backs. If you're able to do these things, you can definitely maximize benefits from big banks. Personally, for me, when I got started in banking, I definitely joined a credit union. As I learned and became an experienced banking customer, I noticed that the credit union I was part of was not able to deliver some of these benefits that I wanted. So I switched to big banks. Currently, I'm a customer of Bank of America and Chase. I'm enrolled in the Preferred Rewards program with Bank of America, and I really enjoy the banking benefits that I get from Bank of America, including their value-added services through Merrill Lynch investment program. So those were the pros and cons lists that I compiled for credit unions and big banks. You as a customer have to weigh the pros and cons for yourself and understand where you fall in the segment and pick your banking services accordingly. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button and leave your thoughts in the comment section below. If you're interested in personal finance, financial independence, declutter, and minimalism, please subscribe to me on this channel. Thank you.